Hey, what's going on?
Hello.
All right, we're live. We're live. We're live. Let us see in the
Amazing.
comments if you're live. I already saw a couple comments. What's going on, Benny? What's going on, Luca Cordova Stewart? Welcome to the pre tailgate party for Zed Run tonight.
Oh
Who's
yeah.
pumped?
Oh yes. I am definitely super pumped.
I am so pumped, man. I cannot wait. And so I was I was inspired today by Allen Iverson. So I don't know why. It's been a long time. We're doing something at work called practices. And anyways, I was watching Allen Iverson and practices, and I was inspired by just watching you guys watch the YouTube video, the whole the classic practices thing with Allen Iverson. So I thought, we're gonna start it off with little Allen Iverson for the Zed Run drop. Hey man, I logged into Zed Run and I'm trying to get my ponies, man. I'm trying to get a Z10. I'm clicking on the filter, man, and he ain't looking. All of a sudden, Pranksy got all my goddamn ponies. We talking about practice, man. You talking about ponies? We talking about practice, bro. We talk about practice. You talk about Z1s and Z2s. We talk about practice. Anyway, that was just fun watching that today. So, bro, welcome back to the channel. You are here by popular demand. Everybody says we got to have Lord Truffington. So I called on Lord Truffington. This is going to become the Lord Truffington show really soon.
Oh man, I'm so stoked to be here. I love to be on the show. I love to chat with you, with your audience, and it's amazing. It's a great honor, and I have so much fun every time. So yeah, I absolutely love it.
Nice. So, of course, today is about Zed Run, 8 p.m. Eastern. We got the big drop coming. I can honestly say there are quite a few new people that did not get in on the last drop, and within my circle of friends, and now they're getting in on this drop. So there's a lot of new people coming into Zed Run, and so we got Lord here to walk us through how all of this is going to work. And I can tell you, because I listened to him, I got 5 ponies last time. Now they're throwing curveballs at us, but we still got to figure out how we're still going to get at least 5 ponies. And that's why Truffington's here. But before we do that, you've been up to do some things. I see a picture hanging behind you. I see your avatar changing. And I'm sure you're still doing the packs. Let's just fill us in, man. What have you been doing since we last talked?
I think that the two main things have been certainly apes. I aped into the Board Ape Yacht Club. Was something I had too much FOMO. I could not resist. At a certain point, I said, "Shit, I need to buy the bullet, pay whatever I have to pay." First of all, find an ape that is amazing and that can really represent me, and then pay whatever I have to pay and get in. And after spending about a couple of days looking at apes, trying to understand the pricing and why certain apes were more valuable than others and so forth, I basically developed my own, mental model of pricing and everything. And I wanted to buy everything, not just one. So I bought one, and after 2 days, I bought another one. Let me show you. Let me show you my.
I think you made an incredible choice. Now, this is something very interesting you just said, right? So it sounds like you chose look over rarity because you said something that fits me well. And I chose my apes the exact same way, except one, which I'm kind of regretting, to be honest. And so is that kind of, the way you looked at this? Like, did you consider rarity at all?
I was looking also at rarity, but the reality as my first ape, the one that would become my avatar on all the social media channels on Discord, I just wanted something that I liked a lot and that represented me. And I chose it's the 85, 8526, I think. It's got a tweed suit, which is very. I mean, obviously here you always see me a t-shirt, but I used to work in banking. I used to have, as a CEO of a company, so always with a shirt and a suit and everything. So that fits me very well. And it's got a really angry look which again fits me very well because most of the time I'm pissed off about something. So, I thought it was actually the perfect ape, not to mention that red is my favorite color. As you can see, corner of my room, I've got all my feature walls in my house, they're all red. So it was just the perfect ape. So I liked it. It was listed for more than I wanted to pay. So I reached out to Pransky and I said, buddy, do me a solid one. I'm a first time ape buyer. Please give me some discount. And he said, yeah, don't worry, how much you want to pay? There you go.
No way, man. That is
Yeah, I mean,
just
it took 0.25 off the price, but I paid 125. But
wait,
yeah,
you paid 1.25?
yeah.
Well, you did well for yourself there.
But the floor at the time was 0.95, 0.98.
Okay. Yeah, but you're aping any ape. Based on the look, as soon as you showed it to me, I was like, that's a good ape.
That ape is good. I really love it. And then I got a bit into it. So I don't know if you can I share?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's see it. Let's see this ape we talking about.
So the main let me see, that would be screen 2 here. Okay. So this is the ape. You can see.
What a sick ape.
It's again, it's so me. I really love it. And then I kept looking for opportunities, and after a while, I ended up buying this other ape, which I bought a little bit more for the rarity rather than. I mean, it's nice, but I probably wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't have it necessarily as my avatar, but I liked it because it had two quite rare characteristics, which is the mohawk and the blue dress. They are both less than 1% character properties, so 0.95 and 1%. So I thought that there was a good price. I looked for a long time, and this is when the floor was going up really quickly. So I just rushed and I bought it, and yeah, I'm very happy about my two apes at the moment.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, so I did something similar. I had 4 apes that were purely based on looks. I got my wife an ape, Crypto Mommy. You can see her on Twitter. She's not very active, but we got her an ape, and I started to get the kids' apes, and then I bought one purely based on rarity. And I might regret that decision because I think he's rare on the rarity tools. He's like 1,200, 1,300. So he was. I just looked through rarity tools and found the cheapest ape that was close to floor price.
Yeah,
and that looked completely out of place, and I bought him. And now I might regret it. I don't know. We'll see. It's a little experiment.
You will not. The community is very strong. I mean, the prices have reset. We almost went to 2 ETH floor. And then in the last couple of days, have come back a little bit. That's 1.5 now. But I really feel that this is a long-term project. It's a project that I think has got legs. They've got a really strong community. There's so much stuff going on. I'm not worried about this too.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not worried either. Yeah, I just like liquid sometimes, and then, I find like with rarity, so you might get more value, but it's going to take more time because it's less liquid, that market.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's not a really cool looking ape, which I don't really consider mine that cool looking.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So, for now, we'll just wait. My main one, I can't see how I'm gonna sell it. I got a derivative done. The other, like a Picasso version of that ape.
Oh yeah.
One artist, which I love as well. I don't know. I really love it. I think that would only be sold if there is a really, really high offer. But otherwise, no. The other one instead, it's listed at the moment 2.5. So let's see. Someone wants it, they can have it. And then I went into the Gutter Cat gang.
Did you mint some? Did you actually successfully mint some?
No, okay. I didn't. I just wasted gas, and I realized that they were already all gone, even though the counter showed that there were 2 left. Then in the secondary market, within the first half an hour, I bought one that we didn't have any rarity tools or anything, so it was really just looks. I kept going through all the apes, all the cats, and the one that I saw the least was with a fish scale skin. And I'm like, this looks like rare, so let me try to grab it. And then I spent the day after instead properly sniping whatever I thought was rare. Or no, sorry, according to the rarity tool, what looked as rare. And so I ended up selling the first one that I bought at a profit that allowed me to cover the original purchase and the purchase of the second one. So now I'm, net positive. And the one that I got now is actually super rare. It's like 340 in rarity.
Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't pay much. And it's actually super cool cat as well. Okay, sorry, I have to show you.
Do it. Show it. You might as well keep your screen shared because I'd love for you to walk us through your chart that you put out on Twitter today related to Zed anyway.
So this is the cat. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice. No. Yeah, we can see it.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. So this is the cat, and the reason why it's rare is because he's one of the very, very few with 8 traits.
Wow.
They all have 2, 3, 4, 6. Usually, this one has 8 traits, and it's the kind of cat that you will meet in a smoky bar, and it would tell you, I've got a lot of stories to tell you, and you can spend the whole night drinking whiskey while they're telling you the stories. Yeah, really love it. Really love it.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot. Are you ever gonna change your avatar to the cat?
No.
And why not?
I am very sure about that because I love the apes. I love the ape more. The ape is me. It's my alter ego. It actually really represents me for all the characteristics, all the things I said before. While the cat is just cool. But I'm happy to sell these for, I don't know, 1 ETH. Actually, that's probably its values between 1 and 1.2 at the moment, or 1.3, whatever. So I would be happy. I'll wait a few days and then I'll list it. But it's still a cool cat, something I like.
Yeah.
But the absolute ape is the ape. That's me.
I'm with you, bro. I tried to mint 10 cats, lost all the gas. If I minted them, it would have been mostly a flip, and then would have kept a couple after that. Is it true? There's a rumor. Tell us in the chat, or if you know, Lord, is it true that we're getting our gas refunded back by the gutter cats?
Yes. So the developer seems actually quite nice. They put out a lot of messages to reassure the community, because at the beginning there were a few things that were a bit, not clear why they happened that way. And what they said is that if you have spent more than 0.03 ETH in gas and did not get any cats, there was a form that you could fill up with the transaction hash, and they would refund you. So that was quite nice. I only had 1 failed transaction, so it was less than 0.03. Whatever. It was $20. I don't care about $20. It was more that I was salty that I didn't get a cat.
Yeah. It's the message. I lost 0.07. I'd love my 0.07. In fact, I'll tell you right now, if that's true and I get money back, I'm gonna buy a cat. That's just the way I am. You take care of me, I'll take care of you.
No, but you need to have spent more. You need to have wasted more than 0.03.
Yeah, and I lost. Oh, yeah, and I lost 0.07.
Okay, for me,
because I tried to mint 10 cats, and you pay per.
So you pay 10x basically.
Yes. Yeah.
You need to go on the Discord, see if you can go on the Discord, and it's in the announcement. They explain the process, and you have to fill up a form or something. They've been very nice, and it has been really funny to see the friction between apes and cats today, especially.
What is going on, bro?
Oh my god! I mean,
what is this? I thought we were all one together.
Man, it was. Let me close this. It was amazing. Today they were talking. The two communities, the two Discord servers, were talking about the same thing, but basically taking the opposite sides, about this guy that sold the ape and changed the ape avatar, the Clarence, that was the red ape with the
Yeah.
party hat.
Yeah.
And some people were saying, oh, what the fuck, what has this guy done in the ape community? And in the cat community, it's like, oh, he's a hero, he's coming on our side. It was so funny because watching the conversation going from the two sides of the argument was really, really funny. But there is obviously quite a bit of friction.
Yeah, which is I don't engage in any of that crap. I don't care for it. I saw a little bit of rumblings on it on Twitter. I hope that Beeple goes and now makes an apes and a cats thing, and has a field day with this thing. But man, come on, guys! Like, the NFT community isn't about one versus the other. In fact, I don't know if any of you saw this, but Russ Albrecht, the founder of Silk Road, okay, so way back in the day when Bitcoin, first launched, he was the first founder of a Bitcoin marketplace where people could go and transact. He basically just spoke at the Bitcoin conference, and I mean, you're gonna shed some tears if you haven't watched this yet. It is incredible to listen to his story. If you don't know, he's in jail right now, and he has been in jail for a very long time, right?
Yeah. No, in fact, I was surprised. I thought he was still in jail.
He is. He spoke from jail. It was an interview from jail. You guys gotta watch this. If you don't know about it, I tweeted it, I think yesterday. Look, scroll down a bit, you'll probably see it there. It's on YouTube. Guys, so one of the first thing he said, guys, which really touched me, was, when Bitcoin, when he had his freedom, the only thing that existed was Bitcoin, and that was it. And he has missed out on everything that has happened since Bitcoin. And he looks at everything that is created from Bitcoin as effectively the same thing. And and that's a freaking message to everybody here, that we are all the same here. We are all after the same goal. We all want to change the freaking world with NFTs and all this stuff. And we need these projects to succeed. And we need the vibe to be positive and good, because we're going to drive people away if, we're just a freaking bunch of drama and gangsters acting like, gangster apes and gangster cats. Like, come on, save that for high school.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. It's fun. It's fun to watch. At the end of the day, I'm happy for all of this project to succeed. It is true that not all of them can be successful, but apes are already, they are already a fairly advanced stage of success, in the journey to success. They've created an insane community. The prices is what the prices are. So it's already, it's already a certain type of community and asset. If there is something else that costs less and is more accessible, I don't see anything bad with it. So
exactly, we need them all. It's like they try to make the apes versus the Meebits, right? But apes against CryptoPunks too. Well, guys, like, there's a lot more people in the NFT space today than there were 2-3 years ago when people were minting CryptoPunks. And if the next thing doesn't come along, then all that's going to do is drive the value of the CryptoPunks and put everybody and price them out. So I don't know, man. I'm waiting for like a piece of land over in the metaverse that somebody buys, where apes and Meebits and CryptoPunks and cats are welcome together, and we can just all hang out together and leave the negative vibes outside of the room.
Absolutely.
All right. Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say, you want to get into Zed? We got a drop coming in an hour and a half, and we got to prepare everybody here.
I think it's time. I think it's time to, indeed, to get into that. Let me ask you, did you buy Cube or did you buy some Ash tokens?
I haven't. Not yet. I'm definitely interested in Ash. You'll have to update me on what the price is at.
Today jumped about 20% because Pack today just finished a no, it's not a drop, it's a proper auction at Sotheby's. of one piece, together with Sotheby's did a big digitally native auction with I think 30 pieces. Pack was one of them. I think he sold for $400,000 or something like that. And he announced then on Twitter that he said, "What's next? Well, it's time for an Ash exclusive drop." And the price jumped 20% of the token. It's about $2.4 per token. So I mean, the only thing I can say, if you can buy some tokens, buy them, because as soon as the drop is announced, they will go up for sure. That's all.
Yeah, I saw the tweet today, and I thought of you, and I thought, oh, that's probably going to raise the price of the token, and I haven't bought it yet. And I haven't bought it just because I'm so freaking busy just doing a bunch of stuff. And the pack cubes are, because the pack cubes are sort of they're a bond curve, right? So they're high, and just naturally, I just gravitate towards panic. I don't gravitate towards FOMO. Like when everybody's FOMOing in, I don't usually buy. So when the price is just too high, I don't know how to tell myself to buy. I wait for something to panic and something to happen and the price to drop.
Look, when it comes to pack, to be fair, they are not like the cubes. There is a cube now in the market for I think $2,000. The price of the cube has been stable for a month. I mean, it goes up. It goes between 2,000 and 2,300. But it's been fairly stable, and the price of Ash, $2.20 to $3 has not moved that much. It's not as volatile. It's not been as volatile as the underlying crypto market. And I think it was just we are in if you want to use the term, we are in a consolidation phase, waiting for the next catalyst for value appreciation, and that catalyst is the announcement today, and when we will have the details of the Ash exclusive drop. So whoever is here in the audience, if they know me, they know that I can't stop talking about Ash and cubes and pack. But
Bruno, I saw Bruno in the chat, so I'm sure you guys are hanging and doing your thing. All right, so by the way, I'm telling you guys right now, we just got a question about best way to go to horse tonight. That's exactly what we're going to talk about. And I do want you guys to know I am in wave 1 and wave 3. And so we are out at 7:30 because I got to get my sniping fingers ready. And we're going to talk to you about strategies on how to buy and what to buy. So let's kick it off, man.
One thing I see in the chat, someone said did Top Shot announced the collector score for the holo drop.
Yeah, nice. 7,500 is
a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. I was expecting it to be 10K, to be honest.
Seriously, man, there are probably 100,000 people with 10K.
Really?
The market is I think people think that the top part it's very spread out. It's not. Like excluding the bonus, my collector score is 2,200. Okay. And I am number 3,000, account number 3,000 in Top Shot. So the top 3,000 accounts have 2,000 or more, but it's very, very, very concentrated. So I don't know, like I'm sure that this is gonna give you the chance of having at least 50% chance of getting the pack. Just I guess it's good for you. I'm out.
Oh, you're out, but even with the marketplace bonus?
Well, the marketplace bonus is 2,300, the top. So I get to 4,500.
Oh, you get to 4,500 with the marketplace bonus.
Yeah, I've got 22.
Oh man, yeah. And you don't have cool cats.
I don't have cool cat. No. I have one cool cat, the Simmons, and that's it. It's okay. Doesn't matter. It's fine. I got the rare pack the other day, so that's okay.
What? I didn't. Good for you.
And I opened it, and it was a shit. And I made $100. Whatever. Fine. I flipped it. I just sold it.
Well, okay. I'll tell you this though, man. Like we're not that I trust me. I would love to talk about Top Shot, but it's ZED Day. But what's happening the last 2 days is what I've been talking about in terms of market sentiment. And if it really feels to me like we have literally been like just under ashes and hay and, hiding out, bearing through this crazy storm, this crazy bear market, and that we're finally starting to resurface. And all of a sudden, everybody's talking positive. Like nothing happened, by the way. Like all of these people that were so negative before, all talking about, I can't wait to get a playoff back. So if judging by sentiment is right, then it's starting to feel like we've at least hit bottom. We've corrected 16-18% from the bottom already, and we've got stability, and we could not ask for anything more at this point. That to me, step one in a reversal.
I completely agree. It feels like we have hit the bottom. This one feels like a solid bottom, has been tested a few times. Kind of feels like this is where we are rebuilding. How quickly, to be seen, but yeah, definitely, I hope we will not, lose that much.
Hey, is that for real? The pack is $230.
Oh wow!
Excuse me while I tell Crypto Mommy to go buy a whole bunch of stuff. Are you serious? It's $230.
Well, but look, it's the same thing that they've done with the rare pack. A rare pack was $250 and $240, and they put it at $24.
Bro, $230. I was not expecting $230. I thought it will be cheaper. $230 is a freaking gift to us who have put so much goddamn into this marketplace.
Anyway, let's go to Zed.
I love it. I love it. All right.
I hope, first of all, I hope you get it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Very important. Now,
I hope everyone in the chat gets one too if you qualify for it.
Indeed. So guys, Zed, in about an hour and a half, there will be Zed. I guess everybody's a bit familiar with what's happening, but let me just give you a very quick summary of what we know so far. So the drop will be in 4 waves. However, like the previous drop, the first drop is reserved only to people that did not get or that received the broken link last time. I was part of it. You were part of it as well. I don't know how many people actually got it, but it's a little, if you like, present, or a little gift from Zed, which was really nice of them. The main difference compared to last time, there are, I think, 2 core differences. The first one is that the links that you should have already received in your inbox is a unique link to your stable. So there is no point in passing these links around as some of us might have done last time. And there's no point because you will not be able to buy horses if that's not your link. So number one. And number 2 is that there is a 10 minutes cooldown in the first, for each wave, which effectively means that you can only buy 1 horse in the first 10 minutes. So everybody will probably have a fairly good chance of grabbing 1 horse, but the chances of what's going to happen after the 10 minutes, I think, is going to be not a lot. Okay. So I would say, first of all, going into the drop, keep the expectations to a realistic level. So probably you're going to get 1 horse, 1 pony, and then if you can get anything else afterwards, after the 10 minutes mark, okay, great. But, it might be difficult because I'm really sure there are more people than there are horses, ponies being dropped, which gets me to the second point about what else we know about this drop. We don't know how many ponies are in the drop, but we have been told already for the first time that the prices will stay exactly the same as the prices from last drop. Now, this is a very, very interesting data point because the market, compared to last time, the market has moved actually down. The value in the secondary market, the value of the horses is less than they were in dollar terms.
How
Before
much? Like
the
how much
previous
less
drop.
percentage wise?
I anecdotally, from what I remember, a Z10 was about 1200, and now we are at $900. So,
All right.
a good 10,
Small
20%. Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
So let me share this to you, because this is.
But there's something. Sorry, and I thought I obviously this. There's something very interesting too, is that when they talk about the price is going to be the same as before, they're talking in USD dollars.
Yeah.
However, people like me only think in ETH, and so now it sounds like I'm going to have to pay double the ETH what I paid, because ETH is actually down a good 50% since that time.
ETH, when we did the last drop, was about $3,500.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, I have the exact number here. It was $3,500.
Okay.
So today is 2,400 and something. It's actually dropping as we speak. So it's quite a bit less. Yeah. So
sucks for me.
It will, it sucks for you if you just think in ETH. Yes, it does suck a bit. Now, it's very interesting. This I always had a bit of a problem with the way ZED prices everything in the US dollars. I understand why they do it, because it's got a broader appeal to even non-crypto people, even though as a platform is absolutely not friendly for anyone that is not familiar with crypto. But then, because ETH is very volatile, it does create weird situations where prices are out of whack, which is what happened every single time there's a drop. Today is the same. Again, what you just described is the fact that you are pricing in one currency, but you have to pay with a different currency.
Right.
So, now let me share this.
Show us the master spreadsheet that's going to tell us exactly what the strategy is going to be for this drop.
Exactly what to buy.
I was looking at this thing this morning that you sent out, and I was going, all right, I think I know what I'm going to do. But I want to ask you for some advice too, because you're the expert.
Why don't we do? Can you see this?
We good? Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the screenshot of what I publish every day on Twitter, and in a couple like more like 3-4 Discord servers where I am. By the way, if you are on Twitter and you're not following me, I mean, first of all, you should wonder what are you doing on Twitter, but please go now and follow me. Is at Al Traffington, or just Lord Traffington. Look for it. You'll see my happy ape face. I publish this analysis every day, and what I have done today is I've added a new column, which is this one here, comparing with the drop prices. So basically, here you can see how many listings there are of a certain type of horse. What's the price? What's the price of a filly? So there is certainly a filly premium that we have seen varying every day, but usually it's between 5 and 10%. For a filly. Whether that premium is justified or not, that's a different question. But there is a certain premium, and so with the ETH, actually, this is with the ETH at 2,000. This number is not with the ETH at $2,400. These are how much you would pay in the secondary market for a horse. Now, if you look here at the actual prices of the drop tonight, you'll see that for Z2 to Z5, the price of the drop is higher than the value in the market. So this is a very big thing, because it means that either they will not drop any pony in that category, any Genesis horses from Z1 to Z5, or they will be unsold, and then in a way they will probably drive the price in the secondary market up to those levels, so that they get absorbed into the system. So that's one thing that is possible. The second thing,
interesting. Sorry, I hadn't considered that, by the way, that they might not actually drop ponies in that category. I did not think about that.
That's an important other important thing to consider. If you look at this other page, okay, so this was the drop as of the end of the last drop. If you look at Z1 to Z4, there are only between 60 and 70 horses left still to drop out of 1,000. So if they were this today to drop only 2 or 3 for each category, you would still not kind of upset the ecosystem, because there are so few of those left that, you know, there are almost 6,000 Z10s, but there are only 70 Z1s. So if they were to say, you know, we're only going to drop like, I don't know, 2 for each, not even a 1 for each wave. So it's like 4 of each of these 4 categories or, you know, genotypes. And then instead drop a lot more from Z6 and below. Again, it would make sense, and I would not be surprised.
Okay.
So now, in terms of what is it?
We got a question there. Do you want to answer that question real quick? Is Philly and Finney the same?
Oh, no, absolutely not. So Philly is a gender. A filly horse is a female horse that has not had foals and offspring yet. So if it's a male horse, it's called a colt. If it's a female horse, it's called a filly. After they have an offspring, the colt, the male, becomes a stallion, and the filly becomes a mare. Now, these are technical terms of the the horse racing, of the horse world, which I didn't know, but apparently they are the correct terms. And so that's has to do with the gender, and has to do with whether they are basically virgin or not, whether they had offspring.
And don't feel bad if you don't remember this in like 2 weeks, because I still can never remember what's what. Just open sea searching and then figure it out. Which one's the gender, which one's the rarity.
Absolutely. Or hopefully you get horses today, and then you can go in your stable and just look it up there.
Yeah.
And then the Finney instead is one of the bloodlines. So there are 4 bloodlines in ZED. It's Nakamoto, Sabo, Finney, and Buterin, and they represent different. Basically different rarities. So the Nakamotos are the most exclusive and the rarest of the horses. Then there is the Sabos. The Finneys are a bit less rare, and the Buterin are the more common ones. And in fact, you can see how many have already dropped. How many are available to drop? You can see that Buterin has got 6,000, 9,000, 10,000 of each, while the Nakamotos and the Sabos were only 1,000 each. So this gives you an idea of the rarity levels. So
it hasn't been announced that this is the last drop, so it's not the last drop. Is that fair to say?
100% correct. Look, some people on Twitter were saying, "Oh, this might be the last one." It's not. Look, they have dropped 20,000. Sorry, they have dropped 18,000 horses out of 38. So less than 50%. I would say is 45% or something. So there are still 20,000 horses to drop. They are not going to drop 20,000 horses in 4 waves. No way. Like, I think they will continue to do at least another couple of drops after tonight, at least. So say that tonight they drop, I don't know, probably 5, 6, 7,000 horses max. There'll still be quite a lot left. So tonight I am expecting the concentration of horses to be from Z5 and below, with primarily 8 Buterins, so Z8s, Z9s, and Z10s, at this, at the prices that there were last time. Now, when we look at where the market is, so first of all, please do keep in mind that the market tomorrow morning will drop. Okay, it has happened last time. If you are familiar with Top Shot, happens every single time. It recovers a bit more quickly, but the moment in which you pour into the market another 3,000 Z10s, everybody, a lot of people will try to flip them in the market. And so the price will go down a little bit. So if today the floor is 0.35, we'll definitely see tomorrow going to 28, 0.28, 0, even less, might even touch 0.25 at some point. But usually within like a few days, max a week, they tend to come back up. I think that 0.35 is a pretty fair price for those horses.
Cool.
Okay?
And that still could be, not financial advice, about an 8X if you get a Z10 or a Z9 that are similarly priced in the market.
So
Nice.
if we were to do, which I think I had it, but okay.
Hey, by the way, guys, I see two Daniel. What's up, brother? ¿Qué pasa, parcero? And I see Trash Cats, guys. We got two YouTubers right here listening to this. Go check them out. They create amazing content. Thanks for being here, guys. So let me actually, I want to take a step back just for a second, because there is something time sensitive, and I want to make sure everybody knows this, and that is how to actually buy a horse.
Okay. Absolutely.
And we should do that real quick in case somebody doesn't understand this process, because it's time sensitive.
Yeah.
And the first thing you need to know is you need to have an email with a wave, which is different than last drop where you could use anybody else's email and they were being shared. In this drop, I guess they're locked to our MetaMask account, I'm assuming. And so if they are, and you have an email in your inbox, that is the only way you're going to be able to get a horse this drop, or you're going to have to ask a friend who has a link to buy a horse for you. One of the two. And so if you don't have an email, you're not getting a horse today that way. There's always the secondary market, but you're not getting one on the drop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So super important, number one. I mean, maybe try to get with I don't know, I would probably try to get a link from someone and see if I can buy, but the reality is that they said that it's not going to work. So
yeah. And then the second piece is, don't do what I did last drop. Learn from me. That's why I'm here, just so I make all the stupid mistakes and then you guys learn from me. Here's what I did during the last drop. I put in a certain amount of ETH that I wanted to spend. Then I start talking to Lord Trumpington. He's like, here's the trick on how you can get more. And all of a sudden, I bought two, ran out of ETH, and I'm in desperation mode, trying to fill my account up with more ETH, sent wet ETH to my wet ETH ZED account, did it all wrong because I didn't read, all last minute, couldn't find my ETH for like 2 weeks. I actually got it back. Thank you, Zed Run. Was able to get it back. The point is, guys, we're an hour and 15 minutes from the first drop. If you do not have your ETH, first of all, the step is this. Take your ETH from your MetaMask. If you do not have ETH inside your MetaMask account, then get ETH into your MetaMask. However you do that, whether you've got it on other crypto exchanges, whatever you do, get it into your MetaMask. Then log into Zed with obviously your MetaMask wallet and convert that inside of Zed Run. Just to be safe, there's other ways, but just to be safe, go inside Zed Run and deposit. And basically, when you deposit from your MetaMask into your WETH, wrapped ETH account, you need wrapped ETH. So that's what you're going to need to be able to, you know what? I need to show this actually, because it's I can do this visually better, and we will definitely get back to what you were going to talk about. But let me show this. I don't want anybody to screw this up. This is super important. Let's see. Where's our Zed? Here we go. You guys see my Zed screen?
Yeah.
All right. So when you have your MetaMask wallet filled up, if you're logged in using a MetaMask account, that's the other tricky thing. I was logged in using an email account, didn't know there was a difference when I first created my account. It was a mess. So first of all, if you're using a MetaMask-based account, you will see your ETH balance up here. You're going to go here and you're going to click deposit, and you're going to put the amount that you basically are transferring from your ETH balance in your MetaMask to your wrapped ETH balance. And that's, I filled mine up a little, way more than I expect to spend. But you know what? If I can get a hold of that many horses, I probably will spend it all. But
Yeah.
I'm not thinking I'm going to be that fortunate. But I didn't want to miss out this time. I didn't want to be doing this halfway. So go
And
do that
gas
now,
is really
guys.
cheap right now, so it's fine.
What's that?
Gas is really cheap. It was like $2 to convert. So
Yeah, gas is awesome. Gas is cheap, so you're not stressed out about that. And I can tell you guys, you need to go do that right now, because the process is not. It can take quite a while. Actually, it says it can take 5 minutes. I think I did this morning. It took like 20 minutes to get my ETH from here to my wrapped ETH balance.
Agreed.
Okay. Does it need to be on Matic or Ethereum?
So the MetaMask can be on it once it's all linked. The MetaMask is on Ethereum. The MetaMask only needs to go on the Matic website, on the Matic net, only the first time you connect it. After that, you keep your MetaMask normal on a Ethereum mainnet as usual, and that's fine.
Right. Okay, you want to go ahead and share again? Sorry, with.
Oh, my
That's what I wanted to say. You need an email. Your email there should be a link in your inbox for whatever wave you qualified for. If you don't have that, check your junk mail, check everything, because without that, you're not getting into this drop, unfortunately. And then second, make sure you're filled up in your wrapped ETH account. And now we're going to talk through what to buy, how to buy, right?
Correct. I think there are two things to look at to talk about: what to buy, what is the best strategy, what we're looking for, and how to buy it quickly. So let's start with first what to buy. Now, obviously, as I've presented here, as you can see on the screen, if you buy any Z1 to Z5, you might be losing money. So kind of goes without saying, don't go into this. There might be none of them available, but they don't seem like the right horse to buy this current drop. So if you see in this column here, I've put a very basic profit. So it's really just the current market before the drop minus what you're going to pay for it. As I said, these prices are going to go down, so the profit is going to be less. But when I look at this, it kind of feels like the Z7 would be the preferred horse to buy. There might not be as many available as the Buterins, but probably I will be going for a Z7 immediately and trying to get one of those. And then my second choice, if I can't get that, my second choice would be, to be fair, any of the Buterins. I always prefer to go for the Z8s or Z9s because Z10s are the ones that everybody wants. So there's a lot more, crowd trying to grab one. While you spend, even if it is not more profitable, I think it has better chances of you landing one than trying to go for the Z10, for instance. So I would probably say Z9 as the second option and Z7 as the first one. Now, one might ask, okay, why not the Z6 since it's still profitable? Because the Z6 is a significantly bigger investment than a Z7. You can see it goes from 600 to 1.5K, but the profit that you make is actually less. Now, even if the dollar amount profit would be the same, you are making, say, $600 of profit, but you have to invest 1.5K. So effectively, your ROI is a lot less. So purely from an ROI standpoint, given that I'm making the same amount of dollars, back into my pocket, I'd rather make that dollars by spending as little as possible, by investing and committing as little as possible. So hence, I think that Z7s are the best. the best horse to go for.
And by the way, like then this needs to be said, you know, when the mad scramble starts, if you miss out on what you wanted, buy anything under Z7 if you were prepared to, buy anything you see, because that opportunity will pass itself. And for those that are only in one wave, you know, that's your shot at buying a horse.
Yeah. Now, it's I remember the first drop that I did. I don't know. I thought I was trying to be cute, and I was looking at the names of the horses. Like, forget that. Imagine like the biggest mess you've been in, and you have to be lucky. And we'll go into that. You have to be lucky to load up enough horses that you can click, and then you need to be super click and click buy. Go in the MetaMask will pop up and say confirm the transaction, click confirm, and then hope that you're gonna get it.
Now, all right. So Bruno asks, and this is what actually changed the game for me last drop. As soon as I think I pinged Truffington, I'm like, man, I failed on the first two drops, and he's like, oh, I got the trick. So we can't show it visually, but can you explain what your process is? What worked really well for us last time?
I can. So the main, so this is, you can see my ZED. The main problem that you have during the drop is that there are 10,000 people trying to refresh and load, and basically send requests. Technically, they send a request to the web page to load up some content. Now, whenever you have 100 horses or 1,500 horses that have to load up, they will take a certain time to load up. When everybody wants to see the same horses, it's going to get really slow. And so you're going to miss out because the page is not loading, or is loading 3 horses and the rest one are still in the process. So the trick is to try to minimize to the minimum amount possible without that process taking too much time, to the minimum number possible of horses to load up on your screen.
Right. Narrow the field of view. Okay. And sorry, and there's going to be, if I remember correctly, one of the first ones up on the screen is the price of the horse. And that I started using that very effectively, because you can get into the range that you want, Z7s, 8s, and 9s, really fast, because it's like the first one that pops up. But there's other ways too. You can narrow your field of view through color by just picking a color. But I did find that if you go after color, you got to narrow the cost of the horse first. So what else did you use?
Yeah, so I think we can. It's already been set up, so we can show the filters. One thing for those of you that are completely new to this as first drop, what will happen is that you will have already received an email. The email is a link. You can actually, I think, you can already click on the link, and basically we'll open the marketplace with a countdown. Whenever the countdown hits 0, you do not need to refresh. Now, this is important because that refresh might cost you 10 seconds, okay? Because everybody's refreshing. Is refreshing. So let's go in marketplace. So you see, oh, it's not. This afternoon it was working. Actually, if you give me a second, I do have, if you give me a second, I do have, hold on a second. Okay, I do have these images, which I don't know how to share. Can you see? Okay, let me do this. This is a conversation I had today. Can you see this filter?
Yeah, sorry. Oh, I was on mute. Yes, perfect.
Can you see the filters? Okay.
Yes, we do.
So this is, you will have the horses on the right-hand side, and then on the left-hand side, there is the filters. You click and it will open the sidebar. So the first thing that you see is the genotype, and then you can see the broad line and the gender. For now, completely forget the gender. It doesn't matter. Like there are, the jury's still out whether it's better to have a colt or a filly. The difference is that male horses can be put up for stud service, so you get a fee for other paid by other horses that want to breed with yours. For female horses instead, they pay the fee, but they get to keep the foal at the end, and then they can sell it. So it's still to be seen which one is better. I would actually say that because you're not going to buy some Nakamoto, some really expensive horses, probably the colt will be slightly better. But I've sold foals before and I've made money, so it's I think they're both good. So don't worry about the gender. I know there was a question earlier. Don't really worry about the gender. I would say if you want, maybe whether it says 1 to 10, you just put, I don't know, 6 or 7 there. And then for me, I would scroll down to the second.
And by the way, so somebody's asking, sorry, not that one. I'm going for a Z10. So if you know you're going, oh geez, I keep selecting the wrong one. If you know you're going for a Z10, go right to a Z10, right, Lord?
Yeah. There is I can't show you, but there is also something else that is where you have all the horses on top. It says sort by price high to low or low to high. And I think the automatic filter is low to high, which actually means the first horses that will load up are already Z10. But it's good that you will do, if you select 10 to 10 in the first screen in here, if you select your 10, it will narrow down significantly the number of horses to load. And then because the Z10s will be a lot, the next thing that you will have to do is to pick a few colors. Actually, 2 colors is enough, like 2-3 colors, okay? Now, I would recommend pick any 3 colors. It doesn't matter. Maybe scroll down and pick the first 3 colors. It doesn't really matter what they are. Now, there are...
But I want to say this. I did notice last drop that if you pick the colors at the top, that other people are already doing that. Yeah. And you may have some success, just a split second, scroll down a little more so you're not picking the first color that everybody else, it's on the list because everybody else is picking that.
Yeah, that's I did say, sorry, I probably should have, I did say, like, you
did.
Scroll down a bit and pick 3 names. Don't pick the first 3. Don't pick corn silk. By the way, don't pick corn silk at all because it's a super rare color and you're gonna have a considerable higher competition for that. So this was a point that I was mentioning. Some colors are super rare. They have a lot more value. The horses with those colors have a lot more value. However, if this is your first horse or your first 2-3 horses, don't worry about those. Just try, because they are significantly harder to get. And if you spend a minute trying to snipe a super rare color, super rare coat, you don't get it, you might risk that not to be able to get a horse at all. So I wouldn't necessarily, I wouldn't advise to go for those. Just go for any 3. So scroll down, you go like Fuzzy Wuzzy and Ghost White, and then scroll down and pick another one underneath. I don't know, red.
And don't stop, eh? If you click on a color and there's no horses, you click on the next color and the next color, and you will see 1 or 2 pop up. Now, I imagine because we each almost are afforded the opportunity to buy 1, that this mad scramble isn't within maybe the first 10 minutes. I mean, there will still be a mad scramble for sure. But at the 10-minute countdown, then it's going to be a real mad scramble again, right?
I don't know. So that's an interesting point. I think the Discord community of ZED has about 40,000 people in the community. Okay. Now, but I saw today on OpenSea that there are about only 7,000 owners of a horse. So that's not a lot. So there must be quite a lot of people that are in the Discord but do not own a horse yet. Okay. Now, tonight, the maximum number of horses that drop is probably 7,000. I still think there will be more people than horses. which is why I said I don't think that after the 10 minutes mark there'll be anything left.
Oh wow, okay.
I don't think. There might be a Z1.
That'll suck then, and then I'm only getting 2 horses.
That I actually, I mean, that's my starting point. If I get 2 horses tonight, I'll be happy. That's my starting point. I might be completely wrong, okay? But you know, there seem to be more people than horses for sure.
Okay.
In the community. So it's very important that you get this right at the beginning. Don't focus very much on any color is good, any name is good. Don't even look at the name. Doesn't matter. Just go for it.
Hey, come on. Hey, do not click on Champagne Poppy because I need me a Champagne Poppy, okay? You could go for any other color. Just don't go for that one.
Correct. So that's the thing. And then when you click, you will need to, you say buy, and then the MetaMask will open the side. You need to confirm there. So do that very quickly. And then you're going to wait a bit. Sometimes transactions don't go through, but you know that after a while. What's important, do you see this thing here, this little like vital stats kind of icon? This is the activity tab. So when you click activities, it will have when you nominate a horse in a race, when you buy something, and then you can go, if you go in view details here on the side, you could go in the Explorer, which will the Matic Explorer, like basically Ether scan for Matic, that will tell you whether a transaction has been successful or not. If it says success here, that you bought the horse. Whatever happens, whatever else will show you. Sometimes it gets the horse gets crossed and you don't know if you got it or not. If it says success here, it means that you got it. Now, the next thing is, do not panic if your horse does not show up in your stable for a while. And when I say for a while, it could take up to 2 days, up to 48 hours to show up. I had my horses like the day after, easy 24 hours later. So don't panic. It's going to come. Anyway, you don't want to sell it in the first day because that's when you have proper flippers. It's the equivalent of the first 30 minutes when the marketplace reopens in Top Shot after a pack drop. You know, everybody just dumps everything. So you don't want to sell in the first 24 hours anyway. So so just wait for the horses to come to your stable without panicking. If that, you know, if the Explorer shows that you've been successful, you've been successful. I don't know.
So a couple of questions that I think are important. Let's start with this one. Why is this keep happening to me? So Giancarlo, if I'm using an only email account, what happens when I press buy? So my understanding of what you're using is an email account to log in, but you still need your MetaMask and your, more importantly, your ZED wallet filled up with ETH. And from what I remember, because I used an email account last drop, not knowing that I was on an email account, I still had to basically approve my MetaMask. I think I had to did I do something in MetaMask?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way to pay, right?
Yeah. Like you're still using MetaMask and your ETH, but you're logging in with an email account, which you can fix that later. It's not a big issue. But so Giancarlo confirmed to us that you got wrapped ETH in your ZED wallet because you need it.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to otherwise buy anything. I don't think that.
But how did you, Giancarlo? How did you get ETH? How did you get wrapped ETH into your ZED wallet? The only way I know is through MetaMask, right? So
you only need to have WETH in a ZED wallet. But what is the ZED wallet? Giancarlo, what is the ZED wallet?
He's talking about the, you know, under the wrapped ETH inside of ZED Run, right?
Yeah, but that so ZED Run imagine ZRun is only a visualization of what's in your MetaMask. There's no money in that run. Like your wrapped ETH, your Matic wrapped ETH are still within your MetaMask. They are not. They are like ZED is not a wallet. ZED only shows what's in your MetaMask.
Well, no, so Lord, this is what happened to me with an email-based account. So the Z interface is actually showing you a Matic wallet, which is POS wrapped ETH, which is different than the MetaMask wrapped ETH, believe it or not. And this was the mistake I made, not knowing that being on an email account. I tried to send wrapped ETH from my MetaMask to wrapped ETH in my ZRun wallet, and I lost it. Now, they fixed it for me, and then I figured out, oh, I know what this is what all of this is. So they gave me access to the encryption keys, the private keys for that Z wallet, which is Matic based and POS wrapped ETH. And I was able to log in using the normal Matic wallet interface, import it, and then I was able to get my ETH out. So there is, and that's so if you're in an email account, the point being is if you're on an email account and you got your wrapped ETH inside of your ZRun wallet and it's confirmed, you can see it there, then you're good.
As long as you see here at the top that you have some WETH balance that is more than 0, then you'll be able to do it. Yeah,
that's right.
And I think it's not a problem. Just to clarify, I know I can see a lot of questions, but just to clarify, the reason why WETH on any other network is not the same as WETH on ZED is because the ZED game and all the NFTs are on a Matic network. Matic is a layer 2 network based on Ethereum, but very different from Ethereum, is a layer 2. So you need to wrap the ETH to operate in the layer 2 Matic network, while the WETH that you usually have is the one that you might use, for instance, on OpenSea. They are normal on the normal Ethereum network. That's why they are different. They are wrapped because that's how it's called, but they are actually on 2 different networks. That's why it's different. Just a technicality.
And our boy Bruno, he's got a really good question here. Interesting scenario. Received a link, 2 different email accounts, 2 different waves. Can you enter both waves? Dude, I don't know, man. I play by the rules that, that show up on my inbox. And if I got 2 accounts with 2 links, is that really a problem?
Do you have 2 different stables for 2 different emails? Because I think if you have 2 different stables, it's okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it's describing, but very good question. Yeah.
I think if you have 2 different stables, it's okay.
Sure, why not? It's 2 different accounts.
Because, a matter of fact, people do have different stables. Like the big guys with the big, they run different stables.
Yeah. So why not try it? It's not like like NBA Top Shot where you're gonna get banned. As far as we know.
I actually do think it's actually not against the rule to have more than 1 stable. Like I know that the big guys, they always talk about moving stuff between one stable and another. So
yeah, I agree. Yeah, and when I ran into the problem of having 2 accounts, they helped me graciously inside of ZRun, the Discord, on how to migrate one to the other. And come to think of it, that means I might. Oh man, Bruno, I think I'm in the same situation as you. I haven't checked my other email. I probably have another wave in my other email for my other stable. Ooh, this could get interesting. All right, so what else we want to talk about here? One other thing, just one of those little small tricks that honestly goes a long way. The reason I'm not streaming while I'm sniping, you guys make sure to close everything on your computer. Absolutely everything. The only thing you should be running is the browser and ZRun. Do not have multiple browser windows open. Make sure you save up your CPU and your memory resources to just crush ZRun.
If you want to go even a step further, I would say do something. Shut down your computer or PC and then restart it to get ready, so that you're going to clear all the cache. You're going to close every application that might be running in the background from your previous sessions so far, and so forth. So really give yourself the best chance.
Yeah. Good advice.
What else? No, I think that's it. Look, guys, it's if you don't get a horse, it's like it's gonna be annoying, but it can happen. I like this drop does not look like one where you're gonna go and get 10. So that there is a chance that it might be harder than we thought. And this thing about the filters, for instance, I have heard quite a lot of people talking about it in the last few days. So it's a trick that I think a lot of people know and will use. So you should still have time in the first 30-40 seconds to buy a horse, but and also don't pick the first one that shows up there. Maybe go like the second row, the third row, something like that. Try to be quick on your feet to think if there is something looks slightly different. And ultimately, if you want to get Z10 and you can get Z9, or if you want to get Z7 and you end up with Z8, it's still a victory. It's still a profitable trade, if you like. And if you, yeah. So that's I think.
And I don't. Do you recommend so that we just filter right if we want a Z9 right to Z9, or is that a little too risky? Is that going a little too focused?
No, maybe you can do that. You can do it just at Z9. I mean, the truth is that the real filter is the color, right? Because the color will cut down by from 100 to 5. Say there are about 20 colors, so it will show just a handful of horses. I think the risk, if you go only Z9 and Z10 and you pick a color, you might only have 3 horses available. While if you go Z8 to Z9, you might see 5 horses. So you have a better chance to pick one that someone else has not picked. But it's probably the same. I mean, it shouldn't be that crazy, especially in the first 30 seconds, but who knows?
Yeah.
Actually, let me give you another advice. So when you click buy in the MetaMask will process, and it will take a few seconds, maybe 5 seconds, to tell you if the transaction has gone through or the horse has already been bought. Now you will try, I can promise you will try many times, and will say the horse is not available anymore. It's okay, you go back to the page and just pick another one. But in case it's not giving you a definite answer and it's still loading up, it means the horse is probably gone. So I would, after 10 seconds, I would definitely step away and go back and try another horse, close it and try another horse. That's, I don't know, like you all are experienced with Top Shot. Do you remember when sometimes you try to buy and then it kind of spins and it'll tell you whether it's like, with a white screen and it tries to load up, that you're not going to get the moment. So with the horse, it's pretty much the same. You're better off just closing and going back.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about Z9s, like only filtering for Z9. And I think the reason why is because your chart is showing everybody that most people that want an entry horse are going to go for a Z9 because they're so similarly priced to a Z10.
Yeah.
And I worry a little bit about only.
I think most people will go for a Z10. The majority of people will go for a Z10. They will sort by low to high price, and they will pick the first Z10. I think that if you can afford it, go for a Z8. That would be the best choice. But you see, Z8, it's 50% more expensive. It's 330 versus 209. So the difference in prices has to be relatively relatively material. So I guess that if the question is like, oh, I just want to buy Z9, it might be that you don't feel comfortable spending 330 for a Z8. So in that case, just filter down. if you have the flexibility, then definitely filter to the Z8. You're just gonna have a screen with a bit more choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So, Papi, what are you going for?
Anything under Z6 and under, right? Financially speaking, that still makes sense.
Yeah.
Although funny enough, just to kind of share my experience with you guys, last drop I got a Z9. I got a Z6. I got a couple of Z8s, a Z9, and a Z10. And my horse, I've gotten rid of every other horse. My Alano is a Z10. No, I can't remember. Hold on. He was one of the cheapest horses I bought in the drop, and
Yeah.
he freaking rocks. He's so much better compared to everything else I bought. My Z6s were horrible. We streamed this. We ran one of the Z6s, and Lord told me to sell him right away because he was so bad. So Alano, sorry, he's a Z9. And he just rocks. I love him, and so maybe I should go for a Z9.
They are. Someone put out some stats. Put out some stats where I think 10% of the Z9s and Z10s have more than 10% win rates, while 40% of the Nakamotos have more than 10%. So you can see how. So you still have 1 in 10 chances to get a decent racer with a Z9 or Z10. I don't think that a Z10 is more likely than a Z8 to be a good racer, or vice versa. I think they are pretty much the same. I just feel that a Z8 is easier to snipe in the drop than a Z10.
Right. Good comment there. Okay. So yeah, I filled up my account. Whatever I can buy, I'm gonna buy, just like last time, and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. I hope that we'll all celebrate. I mean, most of the people here in the chat are names that I know and recognize from the various Discord groups and channels. So, please do share your successes tomorrow. Let me know how you all did. And I'm sure you'll hear from me whether I got something and I'm happy, or if I didn't get anything, I'll be very salty and pissed off and swearing in the chat. So you know how I did for sure. And
I just noticed a question, Zachariah. Sorry, I want to make sure you don't get caught off guard. So you're saying I see a Z9 Finny in OpenSea, but the chart is pointing towards a Z9 Butyrine, and Lord, that is because that is not a Genesis horse, correct?
Correct. Now, let me show you maybe something here.
So, Zachariah, you've got to have the Genesis horses are the ones that are being dropped. If you're seeing a Z9 Finny, that is a bred horse, effectively.
Okay. So, the Genesis horses are the originally minted horses from Zed, the 38,000 horses that we talk about. Whenever horses then breed together, they will have three different characteristics. So the Z with a number, which is simply the sum of the Z of the two parents. So a Z1 and a Z5 will create a Z6. Okay, so that's pretty easy. It will have a genotype, a bloodline that follows this table. So on the top, the blue names is the father. The pink names are the mother. So two Nakamotos, when they breed together, they create a Nakamoto. Now, if you have two Finnies, basically when the same breeds together, you keep the same bloodline. When different lines mix, you get the lowest of the one. So a Finny will always give a Finny, a Butyrine will always give a Butyrine, etc. Okay. Now you can certainly have a Z. Let me just. So this is one, and then the third element is the breed. So Genesis is a type of breed. Is the original horse. When two Genesis breed, they create a legendary horse. So a Z1 and a Z1 Genesis will create a Z2 legendary Nakamoto. Okay? When that Z2 legendary Nakamoto breeds again, say with another Z1, say another Z1 legendary. So you have legendary, so the resulting horse will be an exclusive. It will still be Nakamoto's because you're putting together two Nakamoto's. The Z number will be Z3 because it was a Z2 plus another Z2, so it's Z4. So you will have a Z4 exclusive Nakamoto. Now, this is very important because the further away you are from the original horse, the Genesis horse, the more the genetic characteristics are diluted. Now, we don't know how or in what, based on what algorithms. There are a lot of different theories about breeding. Breeding actually in Z is pretty complicated, but it's you always need to consider that Genesis are the original horses and the ones that will, in my view, will keep value over time a lot more. So you can, the number is only a one characteristics, but it's actually not the most important. What is more important is, I think, the bloodline and the breed type. I think it's called, sorry, is the breed type.
Okay, and another super, super important question for anybody that is getting in today: to race or not to race?
Question for me?
Absolutely. What are your thoughts? I know you got lots of thoughts on this one, but at least let's prepare those that are coming into the space now. You know, I want to say that it is not a given that you should buy a horse and race it. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but there are pros and cons, and you should know the pros and cons of what happens when you race your horse. And Lord can kind of walk us through this.
Absolutely. So as you know, there are three revenue streams in Z. There is the stream from from breeding, which primarily means putting your male horses to the stud, so to collect fees, and paying fees to some male studs with your female horses, and then sell the baby foal that you get. The other revenue stream is racing. And I would say the third revenue stream is just trading horses. Okay, so you can find, once you understand how the prices work in the market, you might find horses that are underpriced. You might buy them and then sell them. The racing one is the most straightforward one, but also the one that I think, in average, in overall, will probably risk you more money than make you money. I'm not a massive fan of racing, given the way it is structured today. Why am I saying this? Because a Genesis horses. So if we why don't we pick this? If you are not familiar, this is something called Z Nucleus. Nucleus is created by Remy Racing, which is one of the stables, and it basically collects all the information from OpenSea and issues them in a nice way. So if you can see, if we just select the Genesis unraced horse, okay, let's pick an unraced Z7, okay, Finney, unraced, it trades for 0.6, okay. Let's say a Z, this is not a good example. Let's say let me show you a horse instead that has raced. Okay, this horse is the same Z7 Genesis, has raced 113 times with a pretty shit win rate, 1.7%, is selling for 0.29. So that's significantly less than the value of an unraced horse. Think of it as the unopened Top Shot pack. there is always a chance that one of these, that inside those horses there are some amazing genes, same way as there could be I don't know, a whatever, a lamello into a pack that you have unopened. The moment in which you raise it, because today, in the current state of the game, you can see the odds of the horses. The odds dictate how likely or not your horse is to win a race or to make money in the long term. You might get a horse, race it, have shit odds, and all of a sudden that horse is worth less than half of what you paid for it, or less than half of the value of an unraced horse. So, you might buy something for $150. It's worth maybe 800 on the market. If you race it and it's a dud, you're probably going to sell it for 400. Now, in that case, you still make a profit, but for a lot of other horses, especially like more expensive horses, you might completely ruin your profit. So it's a very big question mark. Do you want to risk it or not? The upside is that if you run your horse and it's a good racer, or you can either immediately sell it and make a lot more money because it's got some really good odds after one or two races, and people see that and will value and your horse will appreciate, or you can keep it and keep racing it and then learn the art of racing a horse, which is a big characteristic. There's few things to learn about how to choose a race, how to choose your opponent, in which kind of race to put the horse in, or not, and kind of make money off of the races. So my Jessica Alba made me, which is the one racer that I have, is my favorite horse. It's the only one really that properly wins, and she made me probably 300 net, $300. Okay, it's not massive, but I race her every now and then, maybe once every couple of days. I have fun racing her, and sometimes she wins and she makes some money. And by the way, because of that, because she makes money, she has a positive ROI, she will continue to appreciate in value. So this is actually the horse. She has 100% ROI. She's earned 0.1 ETH in total profit. Okay, so I keep racing her. It's okay, but it's rare that the horse is like this. You might buy something, spend a lot of money, it's a dud, and this is what happened to Crypto Puppy there last time. We bought a horse, we raced it at a really bad odds, and we said just sell it for, just sell it below the floor, below what an unraced is.
Oh, it gets worse, my man. So I'm a gambler. I tried so hard to hold on to my horses, and I ended up racing them all, and only Alano was good. I sold every other horse that I had. Still did okay, though, in terms of flipping them for profit. But then I went and bought a super rare horse. Why don't you pull this horse up? I would love to get your opinion.
Which one? Because I ended up... We bought it together. Right? You were talking to me while you were buying it.
That's correct. And of course, I raced him. And I don't think I should have raced him.
No.
And he's not good. No, let's see. His name is That's the One.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, by the way, the search is broken because it's like a space apostrophe. So you got to go to that. It's not. Yeah, it's silly. You got to basically search for that first. Here, I've got him pulled up. Hold on, let me show you.
Oh yeah, that's the one. I got it.
Oh, there, you got it.
Oh, that's a space. Oh, okay. So let's say this horse, 15 races. I would always look for paid races. Okay, 14 races. This horse has never done anything. Never come in the first three. It's not great. Not great. I can already see that it's not great. Odds wise, it's pretty shit across the board. I can see. For any of you that is new, they are new to this, sub 10 odds are decent odds. 10 to 15 are okayish. I would say 10 to maybe 13 are okayish. Anything above 13 or 15 tends to be not very good odds.
So this tool is knowyourhorses.com. So if you go and get a horse today, of course you're going to want to race them or not, depending on what Lord said. But if you're getting one to race and you do raise your horse, do not do anything, regardless of what place the horse comes in, until you go to knowyourhorses.com. You wait for the race to show up, and you will see the odds that your horse got in that race. And where your horse places in the Griffin race, which is the free first race that you join, doesn't actually matter. The only thing that matters is your odds in this tool.
I would add something else. If you, I mean, after you get these, we probably should do I don't know, another stream on racing. But there's one thing to say. So every horse will need to enter a Griffin race, which is the race for unraced horses. Okay, there's no class. Any horse can enter any race, so it's all mixed. But you can see who is already in the race. Now, if you have a Buterin, which probably I guess most of us will have, and you want to race it, don't enter the Buterin in a race with a lot of Nakamotos, because Nakamotos have a better genetic code than yours in 90% of the cases. So your odds will be shit just because you are against some very strong horses, because the odds are your horse compared to the other 11 in that race. So that's why it's important that you also, in a Griffin race, you try to pick something that is a little bit easier, that looks a little bit easier. So at least one that has got other Buterin like yours. And what maybe so I would suggest, if you want to race it even there, wait a couple of days that everybody's gone through the mass, the mass racing, etc., and race it a little bit later when you can be a bit more selective and ideally pick easier races.
So what do I do with this piece of trash with a super rare coat? Do I just sell him at whatever price I get, or do I keep him and breed him?
No, yeah, the latter. For the super rare coats is a bit less important, the racing results, because people will want to breed with you because it's a pitch puff, because it's super rare. Because if you breed with another super rare coat, or especially a pitch puff, you have a chance of getting another super rare coat, which is worth, it's got probably 100% premium on the actual value of the horse.
Now, I knew you were going to say that, but this I don't know the answer to, and I would love your advice. Do I just sit him down and that's it? That's the one, never races again.
Yeah.
Or do you think there's a chance that maybe he is half good?
No chance. 15 races, no, but I would just put him down. It's just gonna lose you money, and it's gonna look worse and worse, because 40. Imagine if you have a horse with 14 races. Maybe it's shit, but maybe they could win a race, the odd race. If he had 140 races with all zeros, that's done. So no, I would not race it at all.
How many races before you know?
How
far do you take a horse?
Yeah, 10 probably. But you see, this is the thing. I don't race. I almost never race. I bought 10 horses in the last drop. I raced only one, Air Force, the one we did together. I did not race any of them. I sold 4, I believe, or 3, and I raced only one, and the rest are untouched.
I have no idea how you do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'd rather know what I got and if I got, and that's just my style. By the way, that's just
Let's see how
pure
it goes tonight.
personality.
Let's see how it goes tonight. If I get two good horses and I'm happy, I might race one or two of the one I already have. I've got a lot of Z8s and Z9s, so I might race one or two just for the sake of it. Let's see how it goes tonight.
Nice. All right. Well, any other questions? Because I got to get prepared. I got to make sure, I'm, I got my beard ready to go for this little sniping action tonight.
Zachariah is asking, can super rare and rare colors in the chart be found in Z9? Yes, absolutely. Oh yeah, you already answered. Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah, this guy
absolutely.
here is Z10 super rare coat.
Yeah,
that we're looking at.
Yeah, I mean, you can. I don't know. Yeah, absolutely. So I have a few of those as well, and they are so Iron Swede is a Z9 and is Stronghold Ivory, which is a super rare coat. Wild Abandon, which is an aggressive Azure coat, Z9. The only thing that I would like to stress is again. So last time at the drop, I went for some super rare colors. The reason is that I already sniped like 5 horses. Okay, so I already had enough. I didn't care if I couldn't get more. I didn't actually think I could get a lot more. It's whenever you put a super rare color, you might have 3 that shows up, and you know that there are 50 people that are trying to get them. So if you put 2 colors, and then they load up, and then you try to buy them, and you can't buy them, they've already been bought, and then you need to go back and unselect these colors and select other colors, you might have wasted the opportunity to get any horse. So be very careful, because I don't know if it's worth risking not to get a horse just to try to get a super rare versus just getting any horse that is still, is still profitable no matter what, no matter the coat.
Yeah.
Oh, hope that makes sense.
Yeah, and as Lord will tell you, if you're gonna race, then don't even go for the super rares. Try to actually avoid that. As I'm learning, I screwed up, and whatever. I'll keep them and I'll breed them, and I'll see what people are willing to pay for a super rare coat at the time. That maybe doesn't have the best win percentage, but whatever.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up, man. Guys, look. And ladies, I really hope you got a horse today. I'm telling you, follow all this advice that you got today, because this really helped me last time. And I hope everybody here gets a horse, and then we'll be able to reconvene soon with Lord Truffington, and we'll see if we got a horse. We'll race some horses. That's the one thing we didn't do today, was race a horse. But we'll do that next time. So look, I wish you all the best of luck. Do what you can. And if you got questions, after you've raced your horse, come back over here into the YouTube, ask the comments there if you want. You know where to find Lord Truffington. You're mental if you are not following him on Twitter. Absolutely incredible content. So hurry up and go follow him. And you know where to find me here on my YouTube channel, and CryptoPuppy10 on Twitter as well. Amazing. Tomorrow, by the way, I'm going to be on Schiller's show. There's a big, we'll call it an ape conference. Tomorrow starts at 4:30. And, I'm sure we would have invited Lord Truffington, but he slept on the apes for too long. That would have been awesome to have you there. I'm so happy you finally joined the ape community, because the ape community is not complete without you. So I'm glad you're here.
I'm very happy to be there. And absolutely, it's actually super exciting. I love it. I absolutely love it.
And by the way, this is not financial advice for anybody, but if somebody was looking to get an ape, well, the prices are down right now. And my suspicion is that this is only a correction. Before we go hit 2 ETH again eventually. So if you're looking for especially a lifelong ape, and you see one and you like it and you have the ETH, do it. Now's probably not a bad time at all, especially if you're thinking long term. Who cares if it goes down to 1 ETH again or slightly below? If you found your ape, like Lord Truffington said right at the beginning of the stream, once you find your ape, buy it, because they get off the market and you can't pry them away from people who use it as their identity.
Correct. And one thing, although it seems to be counterintuitive, I think that the more the crypto market goes up, the more these prices will go up, because people make more profits and are willing to spend more. And so, although you would expect the price of the ETH come down because the dollar amount actually would be more, I'm sure it will not. So, since I am actually quite bullish on the world market, I think that we might see a big pump at some point in the next month of these apes as well. So,
all right, guys. All right. Good luck. Okay.
Amazing. Good luck, everybody.
We checking out. Talk to you soon. Love you all. Peace.